Welcome everyone to the final week of our course, and I do appreciate the hard work and the dedication and the time and effort that you've put in the last 5 or 6 weeks throughout our course. Now, for this week, Angel Krause, who also teaches this course for FPU, has developed a weekly review of the final module of her course, and rather than developing another video, I think she does a great job discussing the expectations for this week. So what I'm going to do is just simply include her video for you to view. Be sure you listen to her guidelines, her instructions, and the review of the module, because this does apply to you for this week. And some of her comments may not apply because she does refer to her course sometimes, but the overview is well done and it does address the same expectations for.
So in Module 6, we're going to be wrapping up the course. You guys have worked really hard at taking a look at all the different aspects of health, how you might integrate those, and gathering a lot of resources. So I would always encourage you guys to have a lot of resources on your computer. If you notice my little bar up here, I have just folders that I've created. So every time I come across a certain type of resource on a website, I don't want it to get lost. So for me, this works. I just drag and drop the website into the appropriate folder, and I'm able to go back and access those all at a later time. So that's a great way to organize. So let's take a look at Module 6 and what you're going to be doing over the next week or the next 2 weeks. Again, the course officially ends on April 9th now, but you can feel free to finish it by the 2nd. I will not be providing feedback until probably, I will probably start around the 12th of April. I'm actually out of town the 9th through the 12th, so I'll start somewhere around the 12th or 13th. So let's take a quick look. Look at this. You have one form, which is the 6.1 form. And this is really a summative form. I want you to take this and be able to look at a situation, and it's going to be either a real situation that you've been a part of or something that you create. And we're going to just take a look at how you can identify, refer, and support students and their family who may have a health challenge, okay? So you can see the bolded items here. You're going to identify, refer, and support students and their families who may be at risk of physical, psychological, or emotional health problems. So for each of these bullet points, there should be a good sized paragraph. I'm not looking for, one sentence and then it's over. So you want to just make sure this is a summative post for the course. So you want to pull in any information that you learned, how you know that you can identify different health challenges, what those definitions might be if you need to add a definition. It's also important that you talk about how you're going to reach out to others. As a classroom teacher, we have certain requirements or certain things that we do, but you really need to reach out to the school nurse, the psychologist, the counselor. There might even be something in the community that you end up reaching out. So a description of a department or resource outside of your school campus. This is a really important one. In the past, this is where people have always not met the standards or met the requirements in this post, is that you're talking about what led you to believe that there was a health challenge and describing that. How did you identify it? What would you say is going on, or what might you think? How do you refer it to someone else who's in your coordinated school health program? And then this next 4th bullet point is outside of your own school campus. What is another resource that you can use to develop more understanding on this topic, and or it might be passed on to the students and their families? So whether it's something at the county level or other things, so you might want to look at examples up here, Fresno County Office of Ed, or if you're in a different county, look at their Office of Ed and what health services they offer. And then finally, a brief description of how you provided the student and parent support in the process. How did you communicate with the student and family? Did it affect any of your classroom activities, etc.? And the family one is important. Sometimes it's not appropriate for you to respond to the family depending on what the health need is. And so it may be the nurse or the counselor or somebody else who reaches out to the family. So just to make sure that there's an understanding in that, okay? So thank you for already posting, Stacy. This is the section 1 that I'm teaching. And then when you respond to your colleague, I want you to respond as if you were the parent or the guardian in that situation. So put yourself in their shoes. How would you feel? What questions might you still have about that scenario? Okay, so that's Forum 6.1. Again, it's really summative in that you're really applying a lot of the information that you learned about what are some health challenges, how might you reach out to others, what resources would you use. Then the signature assignment, 6.2, is going to be submitted here, and it's a direct link to TaskStream. Keely, a student, noticed that this was not working, but it's working now, so you guys can all submit your final lesson plans when you're ready to. When you click on here, it will actually bring you directly to the spot to submit. For me, it doesn't because I'm not a student, but when you click on it, then you'll upload your final lesson plan, and that will be where it is. Then the last assignment you'll be submitting is the final course reflection. And this really takes us back to that first week where I said every teacher is a health teacher, and we're a health teacher whether we choose to be a health teacher or not. We model our own health practices. The lack of teaching health actually impacts our students' learning and their ability to learn. And so we want to think about that concept that every teacher is a health teacher. And we may take it very intentionally, and we may have something once a week that's really health related, right? And so on this, I want you to connect to FPU's mission and vision. So there's a link right here. And you guys are probably very familiar with this diagram in this document about scholarship, professionalism, leadership, and peacemaking. And so I'm going to ask you to connect. How does the concept of every teacher being a health teacher connect to the teacher ed mission and vision of the school? So this is one document that you can use. You're probably very familiar with it. The other document, let me see if it's still in the course here, is a more just kind of descriptive document of what each of those means. And I definitely want you to take a look at that. So I'm going to try to link it again here too. So this is the mission and vision, and this is the expanded version. So you definitely want to review this because this will help you link more. So if you haven't seen this expanded version, you definitely want to take a look at this. It talks a little bit more of what it means to be a professional, a leader, an advocate, and this will help you kind of connect. Okay, so take a look at the extended version. I want to see this reflected in your final wiki in the course as well. All right. After that final course reflection, looking at how every teacher is a health teacher related to our mission and vision in the School of Education teacher program, you just want to go ahead and do a quick survey. And then the course surveys will be sent out. They probably will not be sent out until a couple more weeks. And then there's also a SurveyMonkey survey. So let me go ahead and see if that works here. This one may not be open yet, but the one down here should be able to take you right into SurveyMonkey and give information about the course overall. The information here is confidential. I will be the one seeing it along with the director, Linda Hoff and Robin Perry, but it really just helps me continue to revise the course. One of the things I know for sure already is that Module 1 is going to be shortened a little bit. I've been shortening it a little bit each time, but it still sounds like there's a little bit of work to be done. But really this helps me become a better instructor, helps the course become a better course for future students. So please leave your feedback there. Okay.
Now, hopefully that was thorough enough for you. And before we close for this week, let me just mention that it is possible for you to receive a lower grade on your final lesson plan than you did on your draft. Just keep that in mind. Be sure you take into account any student feedback or peer feedback or other comments that have been made. Now, if you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. That's what I'm here for, to answer your questions, to try to clarify something that may be vague or confusing. It has been a pleasure having you in this class. I hope you continue to do great things and move on to be some of the best educators you can possibly be. Enjoy your final week and take care for now.